that a bird? A plane? Or is it a scan? Wow, that was really close to hitting the camera. Okay, so what do we have here? The first thing I see is a used Kinect for $39.99 that definitely no one bothered to like wipe off. The Kinect originally came out with the Xbox 360, and it really was the alternative to something like the Wii motion controls. Well, I personally like the Kinect. It was, without a doubt, a massive failure, but that's certainly not all. So I see a refurbished Xbox. Pre-owned and refurbished consoles from GameStop have been very hit or miss in the past. I can't even put the game in right now. Oh. Now this is certified pre-owned, which means it is cleaned, tested, and guaranteed. The #1 tell on whether or not it's a scam or not. Fail. Fail. Fail.
You have no idea if that means it's good in there or not.
Does that sound like it's well packed, Jared? This is cleaned? This is cleaned? There's a just layer of dust. Can you see this? See, there's a layer. Again, I'm just gonna refer you to cleaned.
Why would you do that? Now I'm gonna get lung cancer.
This is one thing I'm not gonna sniff.
Yeah.
Well, if the Xbox One S that's Disgusting Town isn't enough for you, we also have a PlayStation 4! And apparently a whole bunch of games for it.
All of that goes for the low, low price of 300 buckaroos.
So for the same price as the PS4 used to cost, you now get 4 used games. Wait, before we actually open it up, let's do the test.
Oh, that sounds better.
I'm feeling better about this one. Inside, we have actual packing and a blue controller, which I will say, not clean, but compared to the other one is downright near mint. Look at this packaging though. Look, you've actually got foam, you've got cardboard. How lovely is that? Now that being said, it is scuffed quite a lot. Considering this is a matte finish, someone has definitely like scrubbed this with like a Brillo pad or something, or like a magic eraser. But, you know, it should be okay. So, does our disgusting Xbox One S and mildly okay PS4 work? Only one way to find out. Plug it in, and very good sign. Fan spinning up. Why did I think that was a good idea? So at least we can confirm that the Xbox seems to function. I actually want to get into a game and whatnot. Let's plug the PS4 in and see if this one works. Okay. Definitely scared me for a second. All right, so both consoles appear at first glance to actually work. LAN cable. Okay. Oh, a 488 wheel. Is this the Thrustmaster?
Yes.
Okay, I've seen this wheel before. If you're trying to get into any kind of racing wheel, this is the most popular one ever since I think like the Xbox 360 days. This immediately looks a lot better. It's an 8/10 scale replica. I don't know why you just don't make it full size, but okay. And you have real size pedal set, no clutch. That being said though, Jared, if I know this wheel correctly, it's like what, a couple $100?
It's 130 bucks.
$130 for a wheel and pedals, not bad. Got a little bit of work to do with the pedals.
Come through, excuse me. Just gotta bring package in. Here you go.
I mean, that's a racing seat, right?
Well, open it up.
So I actually built one of these once, a couple years ago for Broke vs. Pro, but this is the light version.
So this was 300 bucks.
So
Little premium.
Basically what we're looking at here is about $400 for a wheel, pedals, seat, and full simulator setup, and another $300 for the PS4 to actually run it on. Racing ain't cheap. So after an arduous journey, our next level racing seat and our Thrustmaster wheel and pedals have been assembled. Now, unlike a higher end wheel, which needs like a power adapter and everything, this literally just needs one cable to the pedals and one USB, which I'm gonna not step on. Oh wait, okay, so controller connected, but then, oh, do you really just need a controller as well? Oh, I need the controller.
You got this, I believe in you.
Okay, now do I have manual shifting? I hope I do. I don't have manual shifting, that's unfortunate. But the wheel does work. I will say no force feedback is a little weird, but if you're used to just playing on the controller, it's a big step up. I'll also say, while I will not give any props to that Xbox, the PS4 is functioning completely fine. That being said, this is not a scam. Well, hopefully none of those are fragile. All right, we've got a Eliminator mod pack adapter for PS4. We have a DualShock 4 back button attachment. I actually never tried that. And all the way down here, we have a Strike Pack mod pack. So these are all the same thing, Jared. I'm not sure if you're familiar.
No, they're all, very different.
Let's start with this, because this is actually something that came out actually toward the end of the PS4 lifecycle. I think this actually came out after the PS5 had already been announced. And if I remember right, even though this has like the buttons and the screen, it's really cheap, right?
It's only $10.
10?
Brand new.
That's what we call a bargain. So it's just got the paddles, it's got a little screen, and it plugs into the bottom of my controller. And it immediately turns on. Okay, good sign. Oh yeah, so now I'm using my back buttons to swap weapons now. So that's, is L1 R1? Okay, this is not a scam. This is actually legitimately useful to the game. So I've got that for 10 bucks compared to what? The Strike Pack. So this looks like it's almost the exact same thing, except it adds paddles with on-the-fly remapping. This was designed for Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, though it may be effective in future games. Jitter requires certain game exploits. These exploits may be patched, rendering this mod ineffective in the future. Jared, is this a hacking tool? Am I gonna get banned on Xbox Live with it? I mean, PSN on this?
It can't be. It specifically says it's mod free.
It says a mod pack! It literally is called a mod pack! It is me, the Scam Buster. English is my second language. Scams are my business. Super Mario Kart? So I know that GameStop for a little while sold retro games, but they don't do that anymore.
But that's not the product.
Okay, so this is the Hypercan Superboy. Now I remember seeing this at, I think it was an E3 or CES a long time ago.
It's not a bad price at only $100.
You know what? That price actually doesn't fill me with confidence. I bet for $100 this is gonna suck. Oh, you know what? It's actually a little smaller than I thought. Oh, wow, that's thick.
Oh my God.
So to be fair, the size of a Super Nintendo cartridge means it does kind of have to be pretty thick. So you got AV out, so not HDMI, but fair enough, I guess. USB-C for charging. You've got a PAL or an NTSC switch. You also have headphone, volume, and brightness, and it switches between 4x3 or 16:9. And then underneath these rubber panels, you actually have your controller slots. You got a wrist strap. Boy, if you're dropping this thing, you gotta watch out. You might like leave a dent in your hole.
What?
A hole in your floor, a dent your floor. I will say it's not comfy. Like it looks cool, but like my hands are like digging into like the wide part of the plastic, and it's so like back heavy. When you're playing like a retro console like this, and especially when you're trying to play something which is designed for CRT, proper scaling I think is important. 4x3 looks better, but whatever the screen resolution of the screen is, looks less than ideal, I'll say. Like it looks very like kind of grainy. That being said, the most important thing is the responsiveness and the actual like accuracy of the emulation. At first glance, seems fine. I'm not having any problems with like lag, and a lot of the low-end emulators for Super Nintendo, especially when you get like PlayStation stuff, can be very choppy and very laggy. For me, I would rather not have the cartridge slot on a handheld because this is huge. And if you want to use this with a TV, you're stuck using the RCA, which is just not great, right? If this had like something like an HDMI, I think it would be really nice to be able to dock it, play your games. It's not a scam. This is not a scam. This thing works. It's not outrageously expensive, but I can't say that I'm a big fan of it. Now when it comes to the Nintendo Switch, this is a console which I would say is pretty popular. It's been very successful, and it's something that a lot of legitimately great accessories are for, like this little Genki dock. I wasn't even done talking, Jared. So what is this?
Redo that.
No, it's fine, Jared. It's too late. It's too late. It's too late. We're already in the middle of it. There are a lot of controllers for the Switch, mostly because the Pro controller that the Switch you can buy with, it's like 80 bucks or 70 bucks. It is very expensive, and it's just kind of okay. So that is one area where I think it makes a lot of sense to actually buy a third-party Pro controller for your Switch. The only concern I have with this is that this seems like it's slightly, it's okay. I bet this is gonna get a little like gross looking after time. You do have your sort of back paddles right here. This seems totally reasonable for 28 bucks.
The only thing sus here is this next product.
I caught it,
Wow,
did you see that?
Really
Thank you, appreciate it. Better graphics, better pixels, better gameplay. Game console graphics processor. Now I know for a fact that this is listed on GameStop's website as a graphics card. So for context, this is what a graphics card should look like. It is a graphics card for a PC. Now, the Switch does not have a graphics card. It has a GPU which is built into the Switch, but you can't give yourself more performance by plugging a graphics card into your Switch, which is what this sounds like. And what this actually does is it is a 4K or Full HD upscaler. Unplug the Switch. I'm going to plug it into the back of my brand new graphics card. So then I'm gonna plug it back in, and then theoretically I can plug this into my TV and it will give me power, and it does. So we've got a little blue light right now. So is the Switch working right now? The Switch screen is on, which means that it's not connected right. Let me plug and unplug and see if that helps.
It should have gone immediately.
It should immediately go. Getting some scammy tingles. And now, it's time for me to troubleshoot, to really see if this is a scam. A little bit more on this side, yeah, thanks, Jared. To find out, is it a scam?
It's not enough.
It's not enough,
Like,
Jared.
you
Let's you
gotta-
put your back into it, please?
Oh, Jared.
It's okay, give him 5.
No sleeping on the job.
Oh, was I supposed to read the works only in this one direction part?
Yeah. Did you miss that? Did you see that?
So you know what? Here's the thing. Reading comprehension is a scam, okay? The less you read, the better in life. You know what? To be fair, now that I look at it, it does have a big source arrow on it. This is with the upscale on, and this is with the upscale off. Now, obviously, watching a YouTube video is gonna be a little hard to see, but what I can immediately say is that like all of these little like pixelated little like literal actual pixels that you can see around like the computer, for example, are completely smoothed out. A lot of pixel art style games are probably better running in a standard mode. But you've got something like a 3D game like Breath of the Wild or Pokemon or something, I can see this actually being pretty good. And as much as this screams scam, and I do think their marketing is way too aggressive. This is not a graphics card. This is not going to revolutionize your console. But for some games, it does make a difference.